I know Jamie's jacked to be back. How does he channel that emotion the right way? Because obviously it can get him in trouble too.
Yeah. You know what? Listen. What happened with Jamie? Like, he's not. It's not like he's a suspension a month guy. He plays a physical, clean game all the time. He crossed the line one night. It's a non-issue. He's done it his whole career. I think I don't think it's fair to paint him with that brush based on one incident. I mean, he's always been a clean, physical, intimidating player, and he's going to jump right back into that.
Up front.
Hey Pete,
Hey,
Sadis of The Athletic. Any more? I guess two things. One, any update on Dadonov, and then two, any update on the lineup and who might come out.
Dadonov's not in, and we'll make some game time decisions on lineup.
Right side, second row.
Hey, Pete. Mike Heike, DallasStars.com. We've seen Jamie and Tyler play pretty well during the regular season. I know it's a hypothetical, but what have you seen if they end up on the same line together tonight?
Hypotheticals, Mike. We'll see. You guys can talk about that in the lunchroom if it happens. Yeah.
Pat Doney with NBC5 here in Dallas. You spoke about how the pressure is going to continue to shift in the series with each win. Do you sense that? Do you feel like, as you're rinkside, that there is a little bit more tension with how you have played the last two games?
Well, how couldn't there be, right? Pretty simple. I mean, I can't even expand. There's no expansion on that. You're up 3-0, and now you're staring in the face of a Game 7. So how could you not?
Up front.
Good morning, Coach. Ivan Dawkins, BS3 Network. So 7-year-old Ivan sitting at the kitchen table. My mom is looking at me, and she's making it clear that I better eat all of my food.
Yeah.
Well, my colleague told me that you didn't really like the first bite of that elephant after Game 4. So I thought I'd do something to make it a little easier for you. Could you please give that to Coach, please?
I'll take a little of that.
Okay,
yeah.
that'll help. And it happens to be Texas Pete hot sauce, and you're Pete, and this
There
is
we
Texas.
go. Beautiful.
So have your agent get a hold of me,
Thank
and
you.
we'll see if we can't get some endorsements going. But so how do you think that's been going? You're getting some traction in the room with that, and
Yeah.
a lot of people have been commenting on that and saying Coach seems to have embraced it.
Yeah.
How's that going in the room for you?
Well, one, thank you, and two, where have you been all year? I wish you were. Yeah, I mean, listen, we couldn't have been in a worse spot at that moment, and it was a great analogy on how to approach our situation. There's a lot of cliches out there, that you can throw out. That was one that I had never heard before. It was special, and I think the guys appreciated it and have kind of latched onto it. And we've got our forks and knives out again tonight, looking to take another bite.
Left side.
I'm going to pass on this till after tonight, I understand, but I want to ask, coming back from a 3-0 to win a series after the cap is different than maybe before the cap. Like we cite all these stats, it's only happened 4 times, but it's happened twice since the cap. Do you think it's going to happen at least more often, just when you've got, this is a tight series, right? You got two pretty evenly matched teams. If one can win 3 in a row, why can't another win 3 or 4?
It's a great comment. I haven't thought that deeply about the history of these comebacks, but now that you say that, it lines up with the parity in the playoffs. I talked that the Western Conference had 7 of the 8 teams in the playoffs with 100+ points. So the margins are razor thin. I would make the argument we could be up 3-2 in this series based on play so far. So. It's just that's the parity of the NHL, and that's what makes it the best playoffs in the world in any sport, I think.
Any more questions for Coach?